sad. I enjoyed my time in London, so I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back in my own bed, back in my home environment, but I enjoyed London so much I really wasn't trying to leave, but it's good to be home.
And I guess this time last year, you guys had similar records, and it kind of fell apart a little bit at the end of the season. This time the bench is coming together. You're on a win streak. You came back to London with the win. What's the mentality kind of going forward for the second half?
Right now, we're just focused on this homestand. So winning all these home games, taking advantage of our opportunity, which is playing at home, playing in front of our home crowd, playing in front of our friends, and being in a common environment which, everyone is comfortable.
You're also going into game 41, so you're at the halfway point of the season. Very long season. How do you assess where you are and where you got to go?
As a team?
Yeah. In person, but as a team first.
Well, first off, as a team, I feel like we're in a positive spot. We've lost games that we had opportunities to win, or we've lost games that we've pretty much given away. But we've got ourselves in a positive position in the conference and in our division. We need to improve on defense, running people off the three-point line, getting back in transition, and also just be a little bit more sound together and crisp on the offensive end. And individually, I started off slow. I'm trying to pick it up, trying to get back in the swing of things, trying to be more comfortable out there on the court and have my shot fall in more often than not.
Being such a veteran, you realize that it's really the last 25 games where you got to be truly hitting your stride. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, but you want to have your stride before then. You hope to be healthy. You hope to have everyone back. You hope everyone's on the same page. You hope to be, a strong team with great momentum, before that happens. And, we want that to happen sooner than later. And we want to have ourselves in a comfortable position and not have to, battle and claw our way into the position that we want.
In the 7-game homestand, the longest one of the season, is there a chance of going stale being at home so long?
Yeah, there is. Coach was talking about that earlier today. As far as distractions, we're here for such a long time. Friends, family, tickets, going out, doing all these things, because we're here for a long time, and people may, want to see you. People may want to come into town, so you have, more distractions being at home. But it's just all about focus. It's all about knowing what to do and doing the right thing, and just concentrating on basketball.
All-Star starters announced this week, reserves the week after. How surprised would you be if you guys don't have the two guys, DeMar and Kyle, both in the game?
I would be extremely surprised. But at the end of the day, that's one thing I feel like they should take away is the fans voting, just because they vote their favorite player in regardless of if their team is in the playoffs or if their team's, doing well. It's all about your favorite player. So I feel like that's something they should take away. But I'm going to be extremely disappointed and frustrated if Kyle and DeMar aren't, on that All-Star team, because they're so well deserving of it. They played exceptionally well throughout this whole season. They've led us into games, and they're just great guys overall, so I'll be extremely hurt if those two guys aren't in the All-Star game.
And the Twitter voting thing has sort of changed the dynamic as well. Now we're like an endorsement from a celebrity gets whatever 30,000 retweets, and that can change the whole process in and of itself.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I just feel like it should be up to the players and the people in the NBA, not the fans, because like I said, the fans just vote their favorite player in.
Why are Kyle and DeMar, I guess individually and together, more deserving this year than they have been in years past?
Just because of what they've done together. The previous 2 years where each of them went separately, I felt like individually they had great seasons, but together right now, I feel like this is their best seasons together as two guys, leading us as captains, as generals out there on the floor. They're playing exceptionally well. DeMar and Kyle's game has changed so drastically, but for the better. And I feel like it's showing every single night, whether it's DeMar's passing and getting stops on the defensive end, and Kyle just throwing his body around and hitting clutch shots. And they're averaging great numbers, so I just feel like they both should be in it.
Do you think most players, back to the All-Star voting thing, most players realize that the All-NBA teams at the end of the year are far more significant than All-Star game starters?
They don't. Guys, I feel like look at All-Star more than All-NBA first or All-NBA second team. That All-Star game is what people aim for, and that's what they concentrate on, and that's what their heart is set on. And for those two guys, they deserve it. And like I said, I hope they get it. But back to what you said, guys look at All-Star more so than All-NBA first team.
Because that's the voting that you would want, is the NBA people and media people around the game vote for those All-NBA teams.
Yeah.
It's a smaller group of voters, hopefully more intelligent.
That's exactly what it should be. Like I said, the fans just vote for their favorite player, regardless of how many games they played or regardless of the team's position in the conference or the division, So I just feel like it's the voting should be left in the hands, player, NBA staff, and coaches and et cetera.